Okay, thank you for taking time to look at this. I'm going to briefly describe my issue with my PTZ camera not showing up in the preview screen. It seems like it's registering, but the camera footage doesn't show up. So let's go through this. Here's my PTZ camera, and it's plugged in using SDI out right here. And for more information, here is the info of the PTZ camera itself, if that's showing up at all. That's the specs on the PTZ. So it's going out through the SDI into an ultrasound mini recorder, and here's any kind of details on that if you want it. Go autofocus, there we go. Then it's going out through Thunderbolt into a Thunderbolt to USB-C into the Mac. Now let's get a better description of the Mac. Here is my cameras. Here's the main camera with the HDMI that's showing up, or the webcam. And here's my secondary device. Now what I want to do is open that up, and you see that it's showing. My FaceTime is showing up, the webcam is showing up, in the Ultra Studio Mini recorder. So if I were to choose that, now it both shows up as camera 1 and 2 over here. But then I change it to HDMI Mini recorder, and then it shows up there. Also, I have desktop video setup, so I go in here and usually I can choose between SDI and HDMI. Now I'm using SDI, so that should be fine, and it should show up with that. Now I've used this before. You're just gonna have to trust me that if I had a different camera, let's say a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K, or Panasonic whatever, and I'm sending HDMI footage, and I were to click the HDMI, it would show up, the footage would show up on the camera 2. But for this, I'm going to leave it on the SDI, save it, and it should be fine. So now, again, here's what we have showing up, and there's no camera footage of it. Now I switch, and I have down here the source for camera 2, so that there's no confusion. But if I change this and I go to FaceTime, for instance, now you notice that the webcam on the Mac is showing up. But then I go back over here, switch it to Ultra Studio Mini Recorder, and now it goes black again. So that's kind of my setup. I really hope that you can figure something out with me. I'm sorry I'm not super familiar both with Mimo and the PTZ camera. I just don't understand why it's not registering. It used to on an older version of Mimo. I'm not exactly sure what version this is. Actually, I can tell you. This is Mimo version 5.7. It used to work for whatever reason on an older version. I just don't know why it doesn't now. In fact, I use this for another PTZ cameras that I have elsewhere that I can't add into this video, but that's what's going on. And the PTZ cameras that I have doing this exact same thing, going into this exact same Mac, seem to work correctly. I don't know why this one doesn't, and I have two others that don't, and I'm not sure why. So I'm happy to talk with you on the phone about any more details about this, but this is the best details that I can give you for this particular situation. Thank you.